Hi, welcome to Crafter of Many Kinds. As you can see, I am not in the normal location that I normally film my videos from. That is because I am in what is supposed to be the studio. However, as I will show you more later, this is not a working studio at the moment. Pretty sure there's like a scary spider living in that hole in the middle. This is literally a high voltage cable. This just was cut. Oh, why don't we have a flamethrower or something? Oh. This garage has been like the bane of my existence since we moved in. It was one of the reasons why we actually bought the house. It has two detached garages. One was a 4-car garage and the other one was a 2-car garage. We knew that our family was going to be doing tons of crafting. We had tons of storage that we needed to go through. Like after seeing a house that had another house worth of garage and craft space, we were like, this is the house for us. When we first moved in, Paul and I actually did a really good job about cleaning at least one half of the garage. Our idea was to clean the other half of the garage, then move everything over, and then clean the other half. I'm not exactly sure what happened. We just got more stuff, and the more stuff came in, we of course put it into the empty side. So now we have not really a workable space. At this point, every time when I walk into this garage, I just feel disappointment. Like I knew from the get-go that if we didn't start putting crafty and studio stuff in here, that this is exactly what was going to happen, and it did. Now I have to not only clean it, I then have to somehow also put studio stuff into it at the same time to make it a workable space. But I can't do anything about it until it is relatively clean. So today I am doing step number 1, which is at least cleaning some of this up. Making this studio is going to take up so much of my time and effort. It seems worthwhile to, I guess, film it and record the effort that it's going to take. Most people don't get to have cool studios like this. I'll tell you more about who that is in a little bit. Most people don't get to have the space to do cool studios like this, so I wanted you guys to maybe live vicariously to live vicariously through my experience. So if you end up having any ideas on how I could do things or mess with plugs, or maybe how I could put stuff over cinder blocks or make concrete look less like shit, like please, like let me know. Let's get to it. Okay, things that I'm gonna have to contend with on this cleanup. This giant pile of cardboard for some reason. We've also got giant boxes of Kleenexes, as well as some furniture that I had originally taken to do some refurbishment projects, and they are still here. We have a broken shelf that has a bunch of super random stuff on it, including a bunch of kerosene that I'm definitely looking forward to dealing with. A pull-up bar, I think, and a welding mask that was left by the previous owner. They just including this poster. I don't give a crap about cars, and for some reason there is a classic car poster in my studio. I mean, it's nice, I just don't care. A leather jacket that doesn't fit anybody who lives here. One of Paul's friends was moving and really needed to get rid of it, so leather jacket. Pretty sure there's like a scary spider living in that hole in the middle of all the spider web. Probably Shelob from Lord of the Rings. Since I'm a hobbit, I should probably stay away from there. Okay. I have no idea what the original owner was using this for. I guess it had something to do with cars. I don't know what I'm gonna use it for, or if I'm not gonna use it, what I'm gonna do with it. I can't really film in front of it all that much because the light comes through the window, so anything I would do would need to block out that window, and I mean, I'd basically prefer to have, I guess, a little window, but this thing in front of it is killing me. I have no idea what I'm going to do about it, other than I guess clean it off yet, although it's currently storing some important stuff like our car rack and some metal poles for one of Paul's projects. Next we have a mystery box with a lot of gross stuff around it. No, I have no idea what that is. A bunch of the wires that we have no idea what they're doing. You know, they're just here. This is literally a high voltage cable that, as you can see, this just was cut. Originally, the person who lived here did like welding, it seems. That made sense to have this amount of power. However, we discovered via Jack knocked this down from the hole in the ceiling up here. He was knocked onto the top of a bunch of boxes, and we just kind of left it. And it wasn't until one day when Paul came in and he was moving those boxes, and luckily he saw that thing and he had the wherewithal to check to see if it was live before he touched it, which is a good thing he did because it was. So we had just a giant electric metal pole sitting on top of all of our belongings for, I would say, at least a month. So I'm really glad we didn't die. Here's another poster left behind by the original owner that I just haven't gotten around to taking down yet. Lots of very powerful plugs that I'm probably never going to need unless I suddenly decide to start making cars. Before we go any further, let me answer the question that's burning in all your minds. Who is that cat? This gorgeous little black tie fellow is my neighbor's cat, and I call him Jack. The first time I saw him, he got up on top of a giant rock in front of our house, and he did a bunch of these really cute rolls on it. So I said, hey, it looks like you're into rock and roll. Since there is both a Jack White and a Jack Black who do rock music, I figured Jack was the perfect name. Jack is my outdoor channel intern. As soon as he hears me open the garage, he runs over from where he was to see what I'm up to. He loves visiting our house while we're outside, and Sora and Loki love watching him through the windows. They're always like, hey, who's that cat that's allowed outside? Don't tell the twins this. You know, they are fantastic, but Jack is my favorite intern. He is the least likely to bite me on the ankles for no reason. Plus, how can you say no to those eyes? As I mentioned earlier, I'm attempting to change this space into a professional grade studio, but honestly, I have no idea what that's going to look like. Every time I try to imagine this space looking anything other than what the dirty garage that it looks like right now, my mind just goes blank. I dream of getting studio lights put in, a ceiling, painting up these walls, and getting storage for all my different craft supplies. But when I think about the end result, either I just imagine how ugly it will be up against these walls, or I just get hung up on how much effort it's going to take to refurbish this place. One of the main things I'd like to fix is not having to be worried about horrible woodland beasties crawling into my supplies between projects. Let me show you some of the horrible things I have found in here. So here's some of the various dead bugs. So this one I know used to be a giant grasshopper, and in the meantime it looks like something else has crawled into it and died because nature is disgusting. Giant millipede over here dying in the corner, just like super rude. I've also found dead scorpions, dead lizards, as well as having seen parts of this garage flood when we had serious rain. It just seems like everything you could think of that could go wrong with a garage is something that is happening here. I wouldn't be surprised if the roof is caving in or we found mold at this point. Getting this garage up to any kind of livable standard so that I could work out here on a daily basis without being bombarded by all the horrible things these woods have to offer just seems like such a difficult goal. I'm going to give it my best shot, but I think that's all the energy I've got for today, so let's wrap it up for now. Before today, I always thought that I could move a dead body if I needed to, but after dealing with this bin, my mind has been changed. It was full of a bunch of steel pipes and weighed probably about 200 pounds. As I was dragging it across the garage, I imagine that this is probably what it's like for every person who's ever tried to dispose of a body. And that was the moment that I discovered, I'm not actually up for this task. Sorry guys, you are just gonna have to call someone else if you need help. Or, just don't murder someone in the first place. Then you won't have this issue. Just found my first live scorpion. Ooh. So right behind the Kleenex box that I just picked up, look who is living back there. Whew. I'm honestly, I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to do about that. So the main problem is that it is right next to the boxes that we are using for an upcoming video tomorrow. So I have to fight the scorpion. I'm keeping an eye on it. I'm hoping maybe it's just dead and it's like stuck to the wall. I don't think it is though. I thought maybe do like when you release a spider, but I'm not really seeing anything big enough for that. That's see-through, that's gonna let me know that if I caught it properly or not. How fast do scorpions move? Oh no. I'm super worried if I leave and go and get something that it's gonna disappear and then it's gonna be in the boxes. I'll have to spend the rest of the night carefully combing through the boxes. It's alive. It is alive. It's just now hiding in a crack, which is so much worse. Oh my god. Oh, why don't we have a flamethrower or something? Oh. Now that I've had some time to sort of calm down, the easiest option obviously would be to squish it. However, it is literally the size of a mouse. To me, with bugs, after a certain size, the idea of squishing it feels vaguely like murder. I am sad to say this scorpion has like just crossed the line of being too big to squish. Now, will I? If I have to? Yes. However, I would like to attempt to remove the scorpion and fling it into the woods where I will never have to see it again. So I have gotten an empty container and a saw. It is the longest, skinniest thing that I can find to hopefully dislodge the scorpion. I couldn't find any work gloves. I feel like maybe I should have looked harder. Okay, wish me luck. Come fight me, bro. Come fight me. Come fight me. Come on. Come on. Come fight me. Oh, it actually has like a pull on it. Oh, God. And come on, buddy. I don't actually want to hurt you. I really don't. I really don't. Come on. Come on. Oh, I just saw venom drop off its tail. We mean business. Come on. You're probably like a lovely lady scorpion. Like I'm sorry to like disturb your homemaking. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh. You okay? Did it hurt you? No, you're just angry. You're just angry. Yeah, come on. Get in the container. Get in the container. Come on. Okay, now it's just an angry scorpion. Okay. The saw is a bit hard to manage. Okay. Swiffer. It gets rid of scorpions. Come on. Yes! Oh my God! Okay, so educational moment. We were told that there were scorpions when we moved in. So we were technically forewarned. So we got this fancy scorpion finding light, which I mean, we haven't actually gotten too much use out of so far. Honestly, every scorpion that we have seen has been with our eyes. The issue I've got here is I have no idea if little scorpion buddy here had buddies. So I'm going to have to scorpion light like most of this area before I go to bed to make sure that my shoot for tomorrow is safe. I will show you what a scorpion looks like under black light. Oh, not black light, UV light. Sorry. Okay, there is the scorpion in the protective glass. I mean plastic. I don't really think it can climb plastic. Oh, that is what it looks like under UV light. Obviously, like, pretty easy to spot. It's green, like a lime green, or neon green, I guess is the appropriate term. Yeah, so, ooh. Oh, this feels like it just turned into an episode of Ghost Hunters or something. Oh, God. Okay, good news, I'm not seeing any, at least nearby. I just learned that millipedes also glow in the UV light green. Ugh, God. So I have scanned around with these anti-scorpion light, and I've not seen anything else. I need to go through that giant pile of cardboard you guys saw, and I think at this point I'm just gonna do it just really carefully. Yeah. So the scorpion is kind of making me feel a little bad for it. It keeps kind of wandering around the container and like waving its little claws around. And like, I know when I've seen scorpions in pet stores, like they have little hideaways, you know, like most tiny creatures. So I'm just gonna give the scorpion a little house. And I'm just keeping it until tomorrow morning. It's pitch black outside. If I try to let that thing go, $5 says it just crawls up my leg. So I'm waiting till tomorrow morning. I'm gonna chuck it out into the woods. Here is the scorpion's little house. Okay. Hi, little arachnid buddy. I am so sorry about earlier. Here. I left you a little Haiti house. Sorry. I know these are your woods too. You just happen to be in my house. I was so tired by this point. It was 10:30 and I had a shoot in less than 12 hours. Paul and Jess were out for the night, so I had no one who could come and help me try and spot for more scorpions. There seems to be a curse on the house that anytime Paul leaves for the night, something insane happens. If you remember in part 4 of the Pumpkin Spice Loli series when the power got knocked out and we had 80 miles per hour winds, yeah, Paul was gone for that. Time that I passed out and started having convulsions and had to go to the ER, Paul, gone. The time the generator flooded and I had to clear it out in the middle of pouring rain, Paul, away. Basically, he should not be allowed to leave because the house knows. The house knows when he's gone, and it pulls out some kind of horrific gift for one of us anytime he is. Oh, okay. That one was just a cricket. We're okay. Now that the garage is actually starting to be cleared up, I'm starting not to feel so hopeless about actually getting this into a usable space. I think I could probably put in a ceiling of some kind to block off the open attic space. And maybe if I'm really brave, maybe I could knock down this drywall and replace it. I know that I can't just build straight over this old drywall and cinder blocks, but I've taught myself how to do all kinds of things. So who says that I can't teach myself to do the basics of remodeling? Maybe having the kind of studio that I've been imagining isn't totally out of my grasp. People way less qualified than me do remodeling projects all the time. If I do nothing else though, I would really like to make sure that this place is forest proof though, because at this point, I think the only thing that I haven't run into yet is snakes. And I would really prefer that I would meet that outside rather than in my studio. Hey, buddy. Did you make it through the night? Yeah. Yeah, you were all curled up like crisscross applesauce when I came out. Now you've gone back into attack mode, so I'm gonna take that as a yes. Alright, we're gonna get you out of here. Posting your bail. Bye. Oh, I can hear it moving. The last thing I need to do is some general tidying up of the last boxes with the help of my little tuxedo assistant. Jack is trying to cheer me on and remind me that he is also a forest creature and that not everything out here is awful. I finally got to cross getting a shop vac off my house bucket list. I know that seems pretty tame for a bucket list item, but I can't tell you how many times I've had a mess that was too bad for a normal vacuum and just the worst thing ever to sweep. The first thing I'm going to do with it is to murder a whole generation of daddy longleg spiders. I did in fact save 2 larger common house spiders that were living in this window before I vacuumed it, I promise. I'm not actually afraid of spiders, I just don't like them being in my space. However, there was just so many daddy longlegs living in this window, the shop vac was the only solution, so sorry. I feel like I've done a fairly good job at saving large arachnids in the 24 hours, so please forgive me. With that, my studio is finally clear. It's still got a lot of problems that I need to sort out, but that is an issue for later me. Like the true crafter that I am, now that I have reached a natural stopping point, it is time to do another craft. Yes, I am building a giant box fort for next week, so please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Now that I've dug through all the cardboard and make sure that it is scorpion free, I am going to build a giant cardboard fort since it is likely the last time that this studio space will ever be this empty again. So thanks for joining me while I fought off scary woodland bugs. Look forward to some more of my quick craft videos, my upcoming artist interview series, and Jess and I's annual holiday video. I'm so glad to have you here. This is Crafter of Many Kinds.